Born in 1955, Jane Wright started swimming lessons at the age of 7, and 1 year later she was invited to join the Etobicoke Memorial Aquatic Club. In 1964, she competed in her first swim meet and placed second in the 10 and under 50 back. At the time, she was also involved in figure skating and gymnastics. Jane's swimming career took her to numerous age group competitions, and she set a host of national and provincial age group records. Jane was selected to the Canada vs. USA dual meet team in 1966, 67, and 1968. In July of 1966, Jane won the 11 and 12 100 breast at the then Senior Nationals. At the age of 12, she attended Pan Am trials for the first time and decided to give up figure skating. 1 year later, at the 1968 Olympic trials, at the age of 13, she placed second in the 100 breast. At her first U.S. Nationals in 1969, Jane finished 12th in the 100 breast. 1969 also saw her swim on the Canada vs. New Zealand team, where she won the 100 breast and came third in the 200 IM. She won her first national title in the 100 breast in a Canadian record time, and finaled in the 200 breast, 200 IM, and 400 IM. That year she was also selected to the Halifax Canada Games team, at which Ontario won the meet. Her contributions to this win were gold medals in the 100 and 200 breast, as well as contributing to the 400 medley relay. She also added 2 silver medals and 1 bronze to her treasure. 1969-70 was the year in which Jane attended Pinecrest High School in Fort Lauderdale under coach Jack Nelson, and finished 7th in the 100 breast at U.S. Nationals. She was named to the Canadian Commonwealth team in 1970 and joined the Oakville Aquatic Club in 1971. One day after her selection to the Pan American Games team, she crushed 4 lumbar vertebrae in a gymnastics fall and was rendered immobile in bed for 3 weeks. She started training for Pan Ams after 5 weeks and ended up winning 1 gold medal as a member of the 400 medley relay and silver in the 200 breast. In 1972, Jane made the Olympic team in the 100 and 200 breast, was the high point winner at the Ontario Provincials, and set 25 Ontario records. In April of 1973, she returned to the Etobicoke Aquatic Club. At her first World Aquatic Championships in 1973 in Belgrade, Yugoslavia, Jane placed 10th in the 200 IM. She was also a member of a tour team to Germany in 1973, where she placed 3rd in both the 100 breast and 200 breast. From 1973 to 1977, Jane Wright was a member of the University of Toronto Varsity Blues and set several CIAU and OWIAA records. She ended her swimming career in 1976, after having set numerous Ontario and many Canadian records. She had also been a national team member for 6 consecutive years. Jane swam on the University of Western Ontario's synchronized swimming team in 1979-80 and played water polo for the Toronto City Golden Jets for 7 years. She was an Ontario All-Star for 2 years, and her team won gold for 4 years. Jane has been married to Brad Myers for 20 years. She met Brad playing water polo. He is a writer who worked for many advertising companies and is currently a partner in More Creative. They have 3 children: 17-year-old Graham, a member of the national water polo team; Matthew, aged 15, an all-star water polo player and a provincial medalist in swimming; and 11-year-old Sarah, who is also a swimmer, excels in Highland dancing, and plays baseball on her dad's team. The 2 younger children are members of the Lakeshore Swim Club, where Mum is in her 5th year of coaching. In her working life, Jane was a senior vice president at a community hospital for 15 years and left when her 3rd child was born to have a more flexible time at home. Jane has taken on numerous consulting roles within the healthcare and education system. Currently, she does physician billings and is also involved in the administration of the Mavericks Water Polo Club. Jane's academics were also first class. She received a high school science award and an academic scholarship to the University of Toronto. She also won several awards at the University of Toronto based on leadership, organization, and administration. Looking back, some of her special memories of swimming are training hard sets with tough pace times, beating Gail Neal in the 400 IM the year after she had won this event at the Olympics. And 14 women crowded into one room at the 1971 Pan Am Games, along with the biggest insects she had ever seen and a swim meet during a hurricane in which the waves in the pool reached 6 feet. Throughout Jane's swimming years, her mother and father were her greatest support team, along with Don Miller and Maurice Valancourt, her coaches. Jane was inducted into the University of Toronto Sports Hall of Fame in 1991 and into the Etobicoke Sports Hall of Fame in 2000. The Ontario Aquatic Hall of Fame is proud to induct Jane Wright as a swimmer.